Welcome back to Citizen Extra. Now, members of the National Assembly watchdog committees, among them Public Accounts, Investments, have challenged Speaker Justin Muturi to stop the executive from interfering with Parliament's affairs. Speaking at their induction retreat in Mombasa, they accused the Jubilee Party leadership, led by President Uhuru Kenyatta, of trying to force members of Parliament in some selected committees. The MPs, including Budalangi MP Raphael Wanjala, Paul Katana of Kaloleni, and Chris Wamalo of Kiminini, however, insist that they will be resolute in executing their oversight mandate.
Jubilee and NASA are tonight flexing their political muscles as the ruling party seeks to remove 4 of its rebel MPs from chairing 4 House committees. Majority Whip in the National Assembly Benjamin Washiali says all Jubilee MPs have been asked to show up as they prepare to execute an order issued by President Kenyatta.
Anybody looking at this, you must see a lot of fairness in the way the positions were distributed. Tomorrow, we are set. Our members are going to meet. I am aware that my counterpart on the NASA side has recalled their members.
Those are targeted are Nandi Hills MP Alfred Keter, who chairs the Labour and Social Welfare Committee, Moibens Sailors Teren, who heads the Agriculture Committee, and Marakwet East Legislator Kangogo Bawen, who heads the Environment Committee. Also on Kenyatta's crosshairs is the chair of the Broadcasting and Library Committee, James Gakuya. However, Minority Whip and Suna East Member of Parliament Junet Mohammed has written to all members of the opposition sitting in all the 4 committees, asking them to boycott the scheduled session.
Our members will not participate in an illegality to remove people who have been elected into office in accordance with the Constitution and the Standing Order.
The Labour, Agriculture and Environment Committee have 19 members each, while the Library Committee has 21. Jubilee has majority numbers in all the 4 committees. With NASA pushing for a quorum each, the House teams will require at least a third of its membership to remove the MPs. Only 6 members are required for quorum in the Labour and Social Welfare Committee, for instance, and the chair can be removed through a simple majority vote. According to the Standing Order 193.1, a committee may, by a resolution supported by a majority of its members, resolve that it has no confidence in the chairperson or vice.
And you require a minimum of 10 members to conduct any business to remove somebody from chairing a committee. So it is a tall order to raise 10.
Sasa tumemwambia speaker wetu, tumeambia clerk vile vile, lazima waweke mikakati mbele ili uhuru ya bunge isikuwe interfered na mtu yeyote.
Other committees are currently undergoing their induction in Mombasa. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Well, in this hour, we focus on those committees. Joining me here to talk about what we can expect in Parliament today is former Game Member of Parliament, Takoyo Midiwo, and welcome to the program. We also have Charles Kipkule, who's a political analyst. Welcome to the program as well. Now, what we expect today is that we know that the National Assembly Clerk, Michael Siale, had asked committee members to meet in various locations in Parliament from 10 a.m., basically about 20 minutes or so ago, if they have kept time. We are told it should actually have started. The main agenda being to deliberate on the motions of no confidence. So the Environment and National Resources Committee, the Agriculture Committee, the Broadcasting Committee, and the Labour and Social Welfare Committee. Now, if members of these committees manage to eject the 4 legislators, then the Director of Committees will convene another meeting in 7 days for the election of new members. Let me get reactions now from my guests here in studio. I'll start with you, Honourable Midiwo. Do you think these 4 legislators have any chance today? Could we see something different later tonight?
I think so.
You think they could retain their seats?
Somehow I have a feeling they will, because I think the process, the Jubilee Party is going around the process wrongly. You know, what goes around comes around. Just a few months ago, last year, we were at a point where Jubilee tried to change the standing orders to suit them to kick out or retain members of the opposition. Kick out or retain in the various committees, and they basically denied us a chance of reining in on our members through the whip. Now you see it's gone full 360.
Full circle.
The foot is now the foot is now. I mean, the shoe is now on the other foot. What you must understand is that what I have seen Junet say.
Yes.
That through the Constitution and the standing orders. Standing orders is an importation of the Constitution. It is there. It's part of the Constitution. But there's a problem with the standing orders. Jubilee, if they had allowed us last year, we would have said the political parties have the powers. For example, when you say Jubilee has 10 members, they should sit somewhere and present a chair. But a point where NASA participated in the election of a chair, in my view, I'm not a lawyer, but I think there is something unlawful with the Jubilee sitting on its own and trying to de-whip that chair. Because it carries, that chair carries the votes of NASA. That should be the logical way of looking at it.
Okay, okay. Let me come back to you even as I bring in Charles Kipule now to also get his thoughts on these. We're looking at those 4 legislators. It's their day of reckoning. Do you think they can weather this vote of no confidence?
Well, thank you, Waiga. From my point of view, I think Mheshimiwa has given us a good background of what has been happening before and where we are at the moment. So what this reveals is that there is a weakness, first of all, in the structures within Parliament, the standing orders themselves, and the way it's so easy to tamper with them at will when there is an agenda to advance. But critically also, it reveals a weakness in our political party systems in terms of seeking consensus that is binding, so that when members come after meeting at a parliamentary group level, or the Kamukunjis as they are called, then when they come to Parliament, the logical expectation is that these resolutions carry the day. But once in a while we see members who come to be labeled as renegades, going against party positions. And as Mheshimiwa says, when you come to at the committee level, it is no longer about parties but about the membership cross-cutting, that is cross-cutting across parties. Then it becomes difficult to advance that party agenda. Therefore, what is lacking in this structure and the way Parliament is working is the way political parties can exert themselves in the functioning of Parliament, especially in constituting leadership of the committees, and knowing very well that they have interest to push an agenda. Okay. Therefore, that is the problem that I see.
Okay. I want to interrupt you, gentlemen, and take you to Parliament right now. We're already being informed that a vote of no confidence against Nandi Hills MP Alfred Keter has been moved by Honorable Ole Sangok. Let's now take you to Parliament, to the various committees, even as a vote of no confidence is being moved against those 4 legislators.
Thank you, Chair, for the session. I really want to say it is unfortunate when you see an institution that is meant to be very independent, Parliament, where members have been elected from all over the country, to play their roles as per the provisions of the Constitution, from Article 95 and 96. And I want to say the article that is very the Article 96 of the Constitution that is applicable to what is happening in this scenario, in terms of Parliament should be playing an oversight role to the executive and every other organ, every national parastatal, all the departments of government. We have 3 arms of government with our new constitutional dispensation. When you see grounds being that have been brought forward, it is very unfortunate, because it is not a duty of one committee of labor to balance. It is for the entire committees of parliament to ensure that there is a balance. And I want to say that what is being done, what we are going through, we might be seen as small people, but as members of parliament, we are presiding over a collapse of parliament. This institution, after today, Kenyans are watching. We elected the vice chair and myself as the chair. Of course, issues came up with a list that was proposed by His Excellency the President and the Deputy President as the party leaders and deputy party leaders. To me, I thought that was an opinion by the party leadership. But I meant to understand it was a directive. They were dictating to us on how to play our role as members of parliament. Because the constitution is very clear. And our standing orders are very clear. Members, it is upon you. Kenyans have elected us with their own imaginations that we were coming here to oversight the executive and the judiciary. We have 3 arms of government, but let us not be part of people who want to preside over a collapse of this institution so that we become an annex of the executive. From my own understanding, as per the constitution, there is no political party, there is no individual, there is no institution that can dictate on how parliament should do their business. If you read the article that provides for an election of a chair and a vice chair of a committee, it's very clear. Individuals show interest, members elect. I know even the members who have decided to say they have no confidence on it is not about the confidence in us, like you can see from the ground. Because the ground should have been that we are incapable of leading. We have no ability to preside, to chair the committee. They are not raising questions of ability. They are questions outside the vote of no confidence. So it is very unfortunate even for us to proceed with the vote of no confidence, because it is touching on grounds that are totally or completely out of what they are raising. Because the regional balancing, it is not my responsibility as Keter to balance Kenya in terms of the committees, or even Labour as a committee. It is the responsibility of all of us to see leadership in individuals so that you elect in terms of their capability to lead, in terms of their drive, so that they ensure that Kenyans are valued for their money. If we go this way, then I think we should, then there is no need for us to exist as a parliament. Because the reason why we exist, the reason why Kenyans have put money from their taxation to parliament is to ensure that we oversight the executive. If we allow now the executive, and I respect Honorable Wario, who we competed, and I said he has been a friend of mine once he was in parliament. I joined him in the 11th parliament. He was outside for, I think, 1 term, then he came back. I respect him, and I believe he can lead. But the process at which we want to choose, so that we ensure that we balance what you are saying, is very unfortunate. Because we are setting a bad tradition, so that in future we will have no time. And I want to say that as a committee, the interests of one political party cannot always have their way. In as much as we have the numbers, we must believe that Parliament has the capacity to produce leaders and to balance whether regions or to balance gender. I know there are many issues, like it was raised by my brother, saying members resigned, saying they're out of their senses and stuff like that. I don't want to dwell on that. But I want to insist, it is actually wrong that we are seated here instead of going through an induction so that we discuss issues that matters within the 5 years of our mandate. In the eyes of Kenyans, after today, now that it means there are forces that are not within Parliament who control Parliament, I think we have no reason to stand and say we are members of Parliament. We should be saying that we are part of the executive, because I don't want to take a lot of time. Like I know Sankok, we want to get to the point, but I want to insist that it is wrong, it is immoral, it is unlawful, it is illegal what we are going through. The reasons, the background, the grounds that they have raised are all illegal and unconstitutional. But I leave it to God and Kenyans. I leave it to God and Kenyans. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair, Honorable Alfred Keter. Honorable members, we need to go to the deliberation of this matter, and we like to agree on time, because it might be unfortunate somebody taking 10 minutes in a matter, because everybody will feel honored to talk. So can we take 3 minutes? If you talk, you finish everything at once. So we need to go direct to deliberation without wasting time. But I think we might request the chair and vice chair in terms of deliberation to give us time. I'm trying to see the standing order which will let you insight, but I don't have anything unless I consult.
Members. Yeah, members. Those games they're members.
No, don't try that. Okay. Thank you, honorable members. I'm advised the honorable members should be inside. Yeah. You know, it is important we consult one another.
There is no way you can discuss a member while he is inside. What is wrong?
No, that one no.
You have to discuss me, I'm here.
Yeah,
you are here, but
it is standing order. The standing order 184.
Point of order, Chair. Yeah. Point of order, Chair. I think from the grounds there is nothing that you are raising about me that is personal. It is regional. And as a member of Parliament, I have a right to sit in this committee so that we discuss the regional issues that we are raising on the grounds.
Order, Chairman, give me time. There is also precedent that the honorable member can be there as a witness, so it is important when it's inside. That's why I'm consulting. I want to be fair, because we are going with a matter which is very important. Because it's a matter for vote of no confidence. Actually, we are also lucky because the voting is secret, and Article 196(2) give us the right, any matter we have to solve through election. So, through the voting, secret voting. So I don't see any issue when they are inside. And also it's good then they let know their problem, so we can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Let me say that today is going to be my lowest moment in this Parliament. If you can sit here today.
Order. I think we request because the name, because of you need to say your name, because also sometimes I don't have the full names.
Tom Odege is my name, MP Nyatike, a member of this committee. When we met here last time, we met as a committee. And when we are meeting as a committee, it's committee to decide. It's very shocking to come back in the same committee to discuss issues which are not related to this committee. When I listen to the mover of the motion, my brother Honorable Sankok, bringing issues to a committee which are not related to this committee. Like when you talk of Meli coming from Nandi, are we discussing Nandis from here in this committee? Do we have any agenda related to Nandi here? When you talk of regional balancing of people coming from where, we want issues related to labor committee, which we are discussing here as a labor committee. But if you want to bring issues related to the regions into this committee, then we have no business being in this committee. We need to respect this committee. We need to have our own ground rules to guide us in this committee. But if we are going to bring everything, I bring Yatike here, we discuss as a committee, then we have no business being here. We can go back to the house and discuss those things there. The issues related to the committee are related to the departments which we are under us. If you bring them here and our leaders fail to manage them here, then we kick them out. But coming here to kick somebody out because he's coming from Nandi, he is coming from Bungoma, those are not related things to our committee here. We want issues which are related to the committee we are discussing here. But those petty issues of party outside there, when we are here, we don't have parties. We are a committee of parliament deliberating issues related to this committee, not issues brought to us which are not related to this committee we are sitting in. Please, I'm very sorry for that. If we are going back to discuss issues outside, to pass vote of no confidence in the leaders we elected here, we are not going to be party to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Now we can go to Honorable Sosin.
Yeah, thank you, Acting Chair. It's very unfortunate for this committee that we are meeting to engage in one of the most reckless activity. I'm Wilson Sosian, nominated Member of Parliament representing workers. And my desire has been to see business progress in this committee. We were looking forward to the induction session so that we can prepare ourselves for business. But it's very unfortunate that we are trying to entertain not only a reckless but unconstitutional motion here of moving a vote of no confidence in the chair and the vice chair, who have not even exercised their mandate. We were here in a properly convened meeting, and we were all very sane. I'm not sure whether some of us have regimes of sanity and insanity, that when we leave this committee we change our minds. We are trying to skirt around this issue. This is super manipulation, and it's going to affect our harmony and relationship and working together here. When you get down to the dynamics of where this matter originated, if indeed this motion was signed through gunpoint or dictatorship to some of you, members of Jubilee, then what precedents are we setting for this National Assembly? The National Assembly, as per the Constitution 2010 of Kenya, ought to be independent from the executive. Ought to be. And it should be. That is the Constitution. And when a section of a party moves somewhere to craft something very reckless of this nature, we don't expect good business to progress in this committee. Chair, we have confidence, or I have confidence in the chair and the vice chair, because they've not been allowed to exercise their mandate, and they should be allowed to exercise their mandate. Members of the National Assembly should refrain from defiling the freedom of the National Assembly, the independence of the National Assembly. The three arms of government, as per the Constitution, ought to be independent. Is this how we are going to run business for the next 5 years? That, of course, we know. Sangok, this is not an original motion that comes from the true spirit of a representative of the people. This is crafted elsewhere. We are purely dealing with politics. And it's unfortunate. It's sad. It is sad. It is sad. And I say this motion is reckless. It's defiling the independence of this parliament, and is undermining the labor movement, the oversight role that we ought to play diligently and honestly as a committee. And this motion should be dismissed for the sake of harmony. And we sustain our leadership. And I think what we should move to discuss is to consider the agenda for the induction and how to foster acceptable working relationships in this committee, and we invest our minds and apply our minds to the duties that are mandated to this committee. I oppose this motion.
Thank you, Honorable Sosion. Honorable Sogoko, I know you want to put point of order, but I'm trying to minimize many of them.
But you know when I mentioned,
yeah, you are mentioned.
You're the mover. You're the mover.
You are the mover, Honorable Sogoko. Honorable members, order. Can we go to the next member? Well, we go to Honorable Gladys. Joyce.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and the Honorable members. My name is Honorable Joyce from Bomet. I'm a member of this committee. I want to say that I support the motion that is in the floor of the House or in the committee. Reason is because I said earlier that this is my 15th term in politics. Despite the fact that we are saying that this is a committee and the party issues doesn't come in, I want to say that the party's issues or a committee is the one that drives the agenda of the party. As we are seated here today, I want to say that it is well known, it is within our knowledge that we have the party, the ruling party, and the opposition party. And the ruling party has got the manifestos.
Point of order.
That it's my time.
It's a matter of correction.
It's a matter.
If I'm allowed.
So we have the members, and we have the reason why we have the committee is to assist the government in terms of running the manifesto. I want to say this because the members, it is in our knowledge that within this committee, we come from various committees, we come from various parties, and some of the members have a president, others are still looking for a president, and we don't even know their manifestos. So I want to say, since the members, since a committee is to drive the agenda of a committee, it is upon the members to decide. The motion that has been forwarded by I'm sorry because I'm trying to hurry. The motion that has been brought forward by the honourable member doesn't have any problem. At the end of the day, we'll have to vote, and voting will still dictate whether we can still give the same member or we can have other members. The issues of discussing us over social media.
Honorable members, I think I don't need to be too much where we go outside of the business. Please let me point to the business.
Chair, let me finish by saying this. That being a chair or a vice chair doesn't block other members from contributing or giving positive or negative issues pertaining that particular issue that they want to raise for the entire country. So I want to say that even if they are going to be members of this committee, they still have room. It's just sharing. Why are they so much interested in the issues of chairing and vice chairing? Yeah, they are elected, and that is why we are going still to election. We do not appointing. We are going to elect. So after electing is when we can now say, oh, they have still been re-elected, then they can proceed. So I don't see the reason why
we are not here for elections. We are debating a motion.
We are going for an election right now, and that is the only procedure that is remaining. That is the parliament. That is the law.
Honorable Murray. Thank you very much, Chair, for this opportunity. From the onset, Chair, may I be clear my stand that I'm going to support this motion. I've had enough that this motion is reckless and unconstitutional. I think Standing Order 193 is very clear on this motion. And it has gone through the parliamentary vetting. That is why we are gathered here today. And we are not asking any member to approve or to legalize this motion for us. This motion is rightly before this committee, Chair. Chair, in the current constitutional dispensation, where we have pure presidential system, we appreciate the role of political parties running this particular house. That is why we have the leader of majority. That is why we have the leader of minority. They are there in the right senses. They are there to represent their political parties. You can't be having leadership of this house from political parties and just come and rubbish it off by telling us other people who are not in this house are running the matters of this house. Chair, there are people who are not president who are running the matter of this house. We have not raised concern on that. If the president is running the matters of this house, what's wrong with that? The outcome of our process, in a lawmaking process, it must be assented by the president. So what's wrong with that? How unconstitutional is that? Chair, the loyalty and discipline. We've been in politics for long now. I happen to be a youth winger of Jaramogi Oginga those years. We've been in politics for long now. So for those who say there's no connection between the party and politics in parliament, are misleading us. And what is the leadership of our party saying? They are saying they want to be fair and just to the people of Kenya. They want to have regional representation. They want to consider the minorities of Kenya in the leadership of parliament. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? We've been insulted left, right, and center. We've been called names. We were told we were puppets. They have insulted the president. Where's the party discipline? Where's the respect for the institution of presidency? So, my friends, unfortunately, we have the right and the left side of this house. We have the opposition and the government running the business of this house. You have chosen to be where you are and accept the outcome of this process. If you've called us names, that we are puppets, that we are not in our right senses, we are here to prove today that we are not mad. Take this evidence and take it to the bank. Sisi hapana wagonjwa. Chair, the party which we are representing in this house is working to bring on board. Jubilee does not belong to two communities. Jubilee belongs to all Kenyans. That is why His Excellency the President thought to bring on board regional balance. That's why he is thinking to bring on board the minority in the leadership of this house. If that is unconstitutional, I'm hearing for the first time. And this is why I'm supporting this motion. We will put the resolution to vote, and I support the motion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, We go to Honorable Fashion.
Yeah, thank you, National Chair. And thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for everybody, including those who will be voting and those who will be voting for. Mine would be to address ourselves, members of the committee, who will be oversighting the government insofar as the workers' concerns are concerned. And I want to humbly appeal to the hearts of this committee that once you come to this committee, you are dealing with workers. Workers come from all regions of Kenya. Workers come from all tribes of Kenya. I have been working for the workers before I came to Parliament, and I'm telling you what workers really require. I'm appealing to your hearts. Is just good leadership that will enhance their poor conditions outside there. The workers whom we want to oversight and do their work are not really political in terms of knowing whether they are belonging to this party or that party. They are harmless people who have very little effort in terms of talking to high. Okay, very well. Thank you. Talking on high podiums to even flex their muscles or even their histories of strength and weaknesses. Thank you. They really depend on we to simply oversight and deliver their mandate. And in so doing, whoever we gives this position, like we had given the chair, and even today, if we go towards that direction, do not put yourself in a position of strength because you are a minority or you are of a particular party. Let it be a person who can actually look into the plight of the workers outside there. Lastly, Chair, my microphone is slightly faulty. I taught history and government all my life, and our history is so rich. It is expected that of the three arms, Parliament is supreme. And we have taught our children outside there about parliamentary supremacy. Supremacy of Parliament goes in depth to the independence of Parliament. And whichever way we go, in fact, I see ourselves as a committee going down in the books of history. If we win to change the chairs and the system that we elected ourselves, then we become the greatest losers of history. I know we may not care about that for now, but we go that direction, Brother Songok, we shall be the greatest losers. And I want you to care about we as an institution of this committee. I'm pleading with you, I'm not grandstanding, that we retain the supremacy of Parliament. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Member. We can proceed.
Asante, ninaitwa Mheshimiwa Janet Nangabo kutoka Trans Nzoia County. Mimi pia ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kuchangia kwa mjadala ulioko mbele yetu siku ya leo, na nitakumbusha tu wenzangu wale nilikuwa nao katika bunge la 11 kwamba haya mambo sio mageni kwetu. Ninakumbuka mara ya kwanza nikikuja katika bunge nilipewa nafasi ya kwenda katika kamati ya mashamba, na baadaye baada ya kumaliza mwaka moja nikabadilishwa kutoka kwa kamati ya mashamba nikapelekwa katika kamati ya leba. Na sio hiyo tu, ninakumbuka mheshimiwa mwenzetu kutoka kule Kwale, Mwashetani, alitolewa katika kamati katika bunge kutoka katika chama cha Ford Kenya, na akaachwa tu bila chama chochote. Sio hiyo tu, kina Mung'ara walitolewa katika chama na wakawekwa kwingine. Nataka niseme hivi kwa sababu tumekuja mahali hapa kupitia kwa vyama zetu mbalimbali katika nchi yetu hapa ya Kenya. Na mimi najua vizuri miongoni mwetu, hata mimi kwa jamii yenye nilitoka, hakuna mtu mwenye angekubali kwamba niwakilishe kwa chama kenye niko. Lakini kwa sababu ya kukuja pamoja na kusemezana, na ndipoza nikaamua kwamba wacha niende niwanie kiti katika chama cha Jubilee. Na vizuri ni kwamba kuna masharti katika vyama. Wenda ikawa sio kupenda kwangu ama kupenda kwa ule mwingine yoyote. Lakini mkishakaa pamoja na kusemezana na kusema yale yanatuhusu sisi katika komiti zetu ama katika nafasi zetu zile tumepewa, mnajua kwamba inapangwa na chama. Ninaweza kuwa mzuri, hata mimi pia nataka watu kutoka Western wakuwe wawakilishwe, kwa sababu mimi hata ndani ya nyumba sijaakilishwa mahali popote. Lakini saa zingine ninameza haya yote ni kwa sababu ninataka Kenya iende mbele, nisikuwe ni mimi ndio narudisha nchi yetu nyuma. Vizuri bila wenzangu wamesema hapa, tuliitwa na tukaambiwa, na kama chama tukasema wacha turudi kwa wenzetu. Sio kupenda kwetu, lakini ni kwa sababu ya chama imesema hivi. Sisi kama wengine tutasema namna gani? Lazima tutaenda na vile chama imesema. Sasa sio mambo ya kufata mtu kwamba iko hivi na hivi, kwa sababu ninaona hata watu wale wengine wako katika upinzani. Hivi majuzi walikuwa wameleta kamati ya PSC katika hapa bungeni, na wakasema kwa sababu haijazingatia maeneo mbalimbali, na ndiposa tukakataa. Hata wengine wetu tukasema hapana, hatutaki hivi na hivi. Na mimi nikaona hata wengine kutoka kwa upinzani wakasema wanataka fulani fulani, na ndiposa wakaahirisha, wakasema ikuje Februari. Na hivyo mimi sioni kama tutakuwa na jambo kwamba ndugu yangu kama Keter ameambiwa na chama kwamba iko hivi na hivi, yenye imemkuta dada yangu kwa njia pana. Sisi nafikiria tutaenda na vile tulikuwa tumesikizana, lakini haitakuwa ati ni chuki tunachukiana. Na mtaona mengi mandugu zangu wale mmekuja wageni, mkiwa hapa mtaona mengi. Tunaweza kupigana hapa saizi, ikifika mahali penye iko mkate utaona watu wanaenda vile wanaenda. Sasa nataka niwaambie kwamba mimi kama kiongozi nataka niseme kinakaubaka kwamba ninaunga hii motion yenye tuko nayo katika nyumba hii, na ninaomba wenzangu pia tuungane pamoja. Haitakuwa ninasema kwamba tunachukia mtu, lakini itakuwa tunataka komiti yetu iendelee mbele licha ya kukua na changamoto ile inaweza kutukumba katika komiti yetu. Asante mwenyekiti.
Thank you, honorable members. You know, every decision here is arrived through the voting. So we can have 2 to 3 members, then we go to voting. If you feel we're okay, we can go now direct to voting. We are voting for the motion, then after motion it will go to liars committee. Yeah. So,
Chair. Okay. I'm Honorable Janet Cheya. I'm in Kajiado County and a member of this committee. I want to declare my stand that I support the motion. I was not in the day the voting was being done, so me I'm happy when we go back again and do it. And this is not an issue in politics. We do everything. So to react, we just decide we go. Na kama Keter ndiye alikuwa chair atakuwa. Yeah, what tutavote na itaisha. So I just decide that we go direct to the voting and we should finish this thing. And tukiongea mambo ya tuseme mambo ya chama, hakuna mtu asimami chama yake. So tuache kudanganyana hapa bana. Yeah, tusidanganyane hapa. The other parties wanaongea tu mambo ya chama yao. Hata wakikuja kwa uchaguzi. They have to speak on their party. So there's no problem if Sangok stands to say that. No problem. The thing is, let us vote. If Keter is the one to win, he will win again. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Grace.
Thank you, Honorable Rose Museo from Makueni. Kile ningependa kusema ni kwamba kulingana na kile nasikiza hapa, tumerudi tena kwa sababu ya kwamba kuna utatanishi juu ya uchaguzi ambao tulifanya. Lakini ningependa tu kupeana usia ya kwamba ni vyema kama kuna interest ya mtu fulani tueleze mapema. Kwa maana wakati ukienda kutafuta kazi huwa inasemekana inatakana labda ni kazi ya account, umefanya hiki na hiki ndio upeze kupata kazi hiyo. Tulijua ya kwamba mwenyekiti alikuwa chaguliwe, alikuwa atoke katika ruling party. Hatukupewa masharti mengi.
Well, party politics, regional balance, independence of parliament, those are some of the factors that play in that room in parliament, even as the Labour and Social Welfare Committee meet. Now, many had expected them, and it was expected that they'd be meeting today to discuss induction matters of that committee, but instead, a motion of no confidence has been moved against the chairperson of that committee. That's Alfred Keter, Member of Parliament, Nandi Hills. I think we have a better signal now. Let's take you back there, even as that vote is set to take place any minute now.
Unakuwa kwamba huyu ndio anatosha. Kama hivyo ni chair, tulikuwa tunataka mwingine, tungekuja tueleze. Na kama watu wa Jubilee, subiri ndugu Sankoka. Watu wa Jubilee, kama mlienda mkaelezwa na wakubwa wenu, mngekuja mtuambia kwamba sisi tumesema hivi. Maana kuturudisha hapa ni kama kujaribu kutulazimisha, hii ndio ilikuwa tunataka. Ambao mngetuambia mbeleni, hatungeenda kwa njia ya huyo. Tungechukua mapenzi yenu. Yala maana nyinyi ndio ruling party. Lakini sasa kuja kudhurulisha tena, inaonekana ni kama inapeleka signals ambazo sio nzuri. Mimi nasema hata kama tutaenda njia gani, lakini for future reference, ndio tusije tukawa na uhasama ndani yetu. Ni vyema ya kwamba tuweze kuelezwa fulani ndiye tunamtaka, tuchagulie huyo ndio tutafanya kazi naye. Asante.
Thank you. We can have okay, let's have one. Welcome. Yes.
Thank you very much. Nyangu Foyo is my name. I'm a member of this committee. I'm at a loss to got advisory from my party that I should not attend this session. But on a second thought, I have decided that I should come here and get to know the truth. Get to know the truth. Because we sat in this house, this committee room, sometimes last month. And we did elections that were conducted properly, and the results were pronounced before us here. And all the members who are here, who are there, did take part. We are yet to be called somewhere. We are yet to be advised that the election was ultra-virus or was not done properly, or this and that was the reason why the elections were not conducted in an orderly manner. Therefore, we are calling for a repeat of the elections. We are not houseboys that we are going to be told, now you are going left, now you are going right. We are members of parliament, elected, properly elected. There's very little contention among many of us here in our elective role. So we don't want, when we participated in the last election, I had my best friend, Mr. Wario. Then have also my acquaintance, Mr. Keter. I made an informed choice, and I will still do it. But first, I only want to participate if we are going for elections, after I have been told exactly what went wrong with the last election we held, and why we should have a repeat election. And I want to say, we are going to be very sorry. We are not going to be we are not going to be people waiting to receive instructions from elsewhere. This is parliament. We are elected leaders, and we must be allowed to exercise our democratic rights. We are people we are leading outside there. What are we going to tell them? That we were given money to come here and change our minds? I understand part of the reason is that some members here were advised to say, wait, some members here were saying, you are out of order, you are a heckler. You are not a heckler. Order. Members were given money. He's not an elected member, you're wasting my time.
Order.
You have just come right now, honorable members.
How can you come right now and then
many
I call order.
Nekla. Order. No Nekla. You are no Nekla. My friend. Order. Commander, you have always been on the road. Honorable members, I go to bring the motion again to you. Honorable members, order that pursuant to the provision 2, Standing Order 193, this committee passes a vote of no confidence in the chairperson and vice chairperson. I'm looking the one to support. We are going now to vote. The voting is the only solution we can get here, because everybody has his own expression. So we want to go no or yes for the chair and vice chair. So let me just need to be guided how we are going to vote.
Excuse me, Chair. You're being guided or will decide?
Honorable member, there is a procedure and we have to follow all the procedures. It will be unfair with us to make decision, then we get to not follow the right procedure. Let's follow the right procedure. So we need to know the one who supports. If you support, raise your hand. We'll vote according to the standing orders, not according to what you are being advised down there. Honorable members, that's why I say we need to follow the right procedure. That's why you see me consulting and reading. Yes. Thank you, honorable members. I would like to take this opportunity to read Standing Order 196, all of it, for you to understand. Standing Order 196.1, except as and to the extent to which the chairperson may otherwise direct for the purpose of facilitating full consideration and discussing of matter referred to a committee. The procedure in select committee shall be as nearly as possible the same as that in committee of the whole house. We go to any question arising in a select committee shall be decided by vote, and the resolution on any such vote shall constitute the decision of the select committee on that question. Are we together there? 3. The minutes of a select committee shall be kept in the same form as the votes and the proceedings of a committee of the whole house, and in such other form as may be prescribed in the committee manual. We go 4. Where a vote on a question is not unanimous, the names of the members voting for and against the question and those abstaining from voting respectively shall be recorded in the minutes. We go number 5. Except as the speaker may otherwise direct, a committee may sit notwithstanding the adjournment of the house. Honorable members, the question here is where a vote on a question is not unanimous. Unanimous comes when? after voting is when you decide whether it is unanimous or not. Chairman Keter, can we hear from another person, not from you? Because you are interested party. Yes. So I put the question. May the many of these say aye. Aye. May the post again say nay. Nay. We have to proceed to voting now. Honorable members, okay, honorable members, I think I have to consult because I have to make sure that we are fair enough for our Kenyan citizens and on the benefit of the Minister of Labour and all employees in this country. The reason why I'm consulting, we need to understand how we are voting. And the voting is very important. So we can do that secret ballot.
Please don't console Honorable Keter, because he's the one that is influencing you. You cannot be intimidated. Be the chair.
I now request Honorable Keter, can you go sit there and get Sogo to come here? Yes. Yes. Yeah, let him come here. Honorable members, I'm the chairman and I have to be very neutral for this. Yes. Yes. I'm the chairman. Even if he sits here, I'm the chairman. He thinks when the chairman sits here can influence me. I can only consult this technical side, this side. Honorable members, order. This is a committee meeting, and I will extend to call Honorable Sosin to read me article. This name is very Sosion. I would like you to read me starting under 1964. Yes, yeah. Okay. We are voting on a question is not anonymous. The names of the members voting for and against the question and those abstaining from the voting, respectively, shall be recorded in the minutes. Except as a speaker may otherwise direct, a committee may not sit notwithstanding the adjournment of the House.
Secret ballot. It is not secret. No. This is pure English. Can you read again?
Where a vote on a question is not anonymous, the names of the members voting for and against the question and those
and those abstaining from voting, respectively, shall be recorded in the minutes. Except, as the Speaker may otherwise direct, a committee may sit notwithstanding the adjournment of the House.
So give us secret voting and be clear with it. So it's not closed. It does not exist.
Chair, it is a standing order. It is very clear. So we'll go by the standing order, and the Speaker of the National Assembly is not here to direct us.
I think, Chair, order members. I think we were moving well, and we are expecting you to give us to vote secret ballot. So don't get too many other opinions, because we really want to finish this business. Thank you, Chair.
Voting of respect of this committee.
Which law, apart from the one that Honorable Jaguar have read, which are law? That is the law, that the names voting for and against are registered. Order, members.
Well, we apologize for that technical hitch with our signal, but even as we wait for the Labour and Social Welfare Committee to agree on how they will vote, because that's a discussion that is going on right now, we also want to bring you some news from other committees that had been meeting this morning. We know that in the Agriculture Committee, the chairperson, that was Honorable Tiren, has been ousted by 12 votes against 1. His position had initially been proposed for by, or rather was slated to be given to Mandera South Member of Parliament, Aidan Haji Ali, but Honorable Silas Tiren took the victory when the committees voted, and he has been ousted as the chairperson of the Agriculture Committee. We also have been informed that the Marakwet East Member of Parliament, Kangogo Bowen, has been ousted as vice chair of the Environment and National Resources Committee. Of course, there was some competition between him and Ijara Member of Parliament, Sophia Abdi, but he has been ousted by 10 against 1 vote. The next election in these committees will be held in the next 7 days. Let's take you back to the Labour and Social Welfare Committee. Hopefully they've now agreed on how the voting will take place.
Have you always voted inside the Chamber of Parliament? Thank you, honourable members. The last time voting was Article 179. Today we are having Article 193, vote of no confidence.
That is the Constitution, and there is no standing order that can supersede the Constitution.
Honorable Keter, I'm on the floor, my friend. And let me tell you, we are using what have been read as standing orders. Why do you want to tell us? If you are saying the Constitution, give us the article of the Constitution. Yes.
And I want you to listen.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because you are getting advice from the wrong quarter. And I want to explain. The same class had already deleted my name in the memo of the liaison committee. The liaison committee is comprised of the chairperson as the deputy speaker, and the members are the chairs of different committees. But the same people, the legal department, the clerks, had already removed my name even before we reach a vote of no confidence. So it is unfortunate that you are getting advice from people who are part of the problem that you are trying to solve here. We have to insist on the Constitution.
On a point of order, Mr. Chairman. Can you have Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, as per standing order 184, Honorable Keter is here as a witness. He is here as a witness. He has now taken, he is now the chair of this committee indirectly. And the intention is to disorganize us. The standing order 196.4 is very clear. We have already taken a vote in this. It's not unanimous. Therefore, you can only record those who voted for, those who voted against, those who abstained. That's the only way for you to know that is by raise of hand. You can't know who abstained. It's not my way. It's standing order 196.4. Come on. It's not my way. That's through the standing order, Mr. Chairman.
We have to vote the way as per the Constitution.
Honorable members, Chair, please. How will you record the names who are voted for
and against, and those who are abstain if we vote by secret ballot? How do you record? No, the last time was voting of...
Honorable members, Order. Even if you are recorded, what is the fear?
No, we are saying that there is no fear. We have to vote as per the Constitution. The Constitution is supreme than any other law. You can't follow standing order.
You are a witness.
The same people advising you are the same people who deleted my name in the list of the Larson Committee, where I was a member. I was duly elected on 23rd of December. You cannot come and sit here and start imagining that you can give a professional advice. It is wrong. You are part of the problem that we are trying to solve here.
Chair.
Why I was not in the memo? What was the reason?
Honorable members, I will stand with the standing order now. Thank you. So,
Chair, before you proceed, let me just give my statement. You could also listen to us. Yes, the reason why we were brought here. Chair, you have been given this mandate to carry this process over. And this process is born out of competing factions, as you can see them here. So you need to move us forward. The best practice on voting in this country that is accepted constitutionally is through secret ballot. Allow members, and you saw members tell you early that they are ready to vote. Allow members to do their secret ballot. We proceed to other businesses. Chair, take your stand.
Let him first of all change.
Let us first of all change the standing orders. But the standing orders have not been changed of Parliament. We'll use the standing orders. Honorable members, Honorable members, with due respect, I'm guided here by the law. Give me the one which you say is sacred ballot.
Let us go for the Constitution.
Give me the Constitution.
Give me the Constitution. Give me the Constitution. Give me the Constitution. The Constitution is supreme than any other standing order. Give me the Constitution. Voting is by secret ballot. Give me the Constitution. Give me that Constitution, please. Okay. This class
I like give him opportunity.
Give me the Constitution.
Honorable
Voting
members.
is by secret balloting.
Honorable members, that is law.
That is law.
Order. Surely, Chair. Order.
If you make us raise our hands just like
Chair.
Small kids in primary school raising their hands, I think that is going to be unfortunate. I believe what we need to do is to vote through secret ballot, and then you record the number of votes for and against.
And then we go.
But if you make us to raise our hands, I believe that will be political.
Okay, let me put a question. How many want we go secret ballot? Raise your hands.